Continual service improvement techniques can be used to improve any service that is provided by IT. Today, I'll be discussing how we at CAI have used them to improve the application support function and how we've used it to demonstrate IT's value to the business. In 2004, Nicholas Carr published a controversial book entitled Does IT Matter? Now this book immediately sparked a firestorm within IT. Carr suggests that IT has little strategic importance and that it really is simply a commodity input to the business. And as reflected here in Larry Ellis's quote, he suggests that business should actively reduce spending on IT. And this is because he maintains that an IT investment can actually put your business at a cost disadvantage. Now, this book has influenced the thinking of many business leaders, and it's forcing IT organizations to demonstrate the value that they bring to the business. So as a result, IT organizations are being scrutinized more closely than ever. We're striving to be more relevant, we're trying to add value, we're trying to show value, and we're doing all this while keeping the business's lights on. We're doing all this while keeping all the balls in the air, so to speak. Now, many IT organizations are successfully using service management strategies to improve how the business views IT. They're using the ITIL service management strategy to instill a service management mindset within their organizations. And that's allowing them to better manage their organizations, and it's allowing them to demonstrate the value that they bring to the business. So today, I want to show you how you can use continuous improvement techniques to align your services better with your business objectives, how you can use it to better manage your services, how you can use it to measure your services, and also improve your services, and with the intent of achieving a 20 to 30% improvement, which translates either into more work or for doing that same work for less cost. So in this webinar, you're going to see a three-step approach that can be used to learn how continuous service improvement techniques can improve your application support services. And the first step is really, I want to provide you with a working understanding of ITIL and IT service management. Next, I want to provide you with an understanding of the principles associated with continual service improvement, or CSI. And then I want to show you how, as a third step, to show you how you can use CSI to improve your application support function. So, as a first step, I want to provide you with a working understanding of ITIL, and specifically ITIL service management. And to do that, I want to quickly review its origins as well as its background. Okay, so what is ITIL? Well, ITIL stands for the Information Technology Infrastructure Library. And it really is a set of IT service management guidelines and best practices. Now, many people view it as the definitive framework for IT service management. Now, there's other frameworks, COBIT, Microsoft's MOF, and now CMMI's new service module, the SVC model. And ISO 20000 really is the audit standard for IT service management, but ITIL is the de facto operational framework. It's the one that's most widely recognized, and it's the one that's most widely used. Now, IT service management, or ITSM, is a discipline for managing IT. And it's intended to align IT services with the needs of the business. IT service management really involves a shift in focus from a focus on technology to a focus on the quality of the services that we provide. And really, this shift in focus is necessary if we want to show value to the business. We have to focus on our relationships with our customers, and we must manage IT as a service. And IT service management helps us to do that. ITIL was developed in the UK by the Office of Government Commerce. In 1989, the first ITIL book was published, and it was titled Service Level Management. Between 1989 and 2000, the OGC collaborated with IT service professionals from around the world and received contributions of many service management best practices. And those collaborations have continued on up to the present day. ITIL version 3 was published in May of 2007, and that's the most current version that we have today. And for version 3, the OGC created a comprehensive service lifecycle. and it's comprised of 5 phases. First phase is service strategy, followed by service design, followed by service transition, then followed by service operation, and then all encompassed within continual service improvement. Now here's another view of the ITIL V3 lifecycle. And it really is an unraveling of the cycle, and it shows it in more of a flowchart view. It shows each phase of the life cycle: strategy, design, transition, operation, and improvement. And it also shows the outputs from each cycle, or from each phase. And it shows how these outputs flow into the next subsequent phase. This view also shows how the outputs are focused on service operation. They're focused on defining how we will manage the service and how the service will be provided within the organization. And it shows how, in essence, how each phase builds value for the business and how each focuses on operating the service. And then also continually improving the service. And continual service improvement, you'll notice, focuses on each and every one of the phases. In service strategy, the service is defined and it's modeled, and the cost of the service is also defined here. In service design, the service is designed and developed, and it reflects the requirements that were identified earlier in service strategy. In service transition, the service is implemented and its costs are validated. And then in service operation, the service is delivered, it's managed, and it's actively measured. And then in continual service improvement, opportunities for optimizing and improving the service are identified and they're also implemented here. Now I want to revisit this flow chart and look at it from an application support perspective. Again, you'll notice that each of the phases are noted here. You'll notice also that each output flows into the next phase. And you'll also notice that each output focuses on service operations, or defining how we will do service operations. Additionally, you can also see how the operational work processes evolve. Each phase identifies requirements for an application support function or an application support team's work processes. And each of those requirements flow into the service transition and then result in service operations work processes that have been customized for the business and customized for the environment in which the team or which the application support function will be managing. And those work processes are integrated within a service management tool. Now, in our case, computer-aided service management tool is Tracer. Now, I want to walk through an example of this so that we can see how a service would evolve as it flows through this life cycle. So, for instance, service strategy would recognize the needs of the business and would determine what services and work should be done by an application support team. And for this example, let's say the service strategy has determined that the team will be managing incidents, all incidents associated with a set of applications within its scope. Service design would define how the team would work with services. It would with incidents. It would define what incidents are. It would define how they would be processed and how they would be resolved. And service design would also define service level goals that are associated with each severity level of an incident. So, for instance, service design would be used to denote that all critical incidents would have to be resolved within 4 hours. And these would all be noted within the team